Hello Year 2, welcome back to another week of home learning. I hope you've all had a wonderful half term and you've enjoyed this glorious weather. But now it's time to get back to it and get back on with our home learning. So remember what I always say, these lessons are not a choice, okay? You have to do them, okay? We can't go to school at the moment, so you need to do these lessons at home. And remember, follow adults' instructions the first time and make sure you're aiming high, okay? Will you win an outstanding award this week? Or maybe you could even be awarded your Home Learning Always badge. Let's see what this week holds. Okay, so make sure you check out every day our daily checklist of things we want you to do. And Mrs. Campbell has planned some thought of the days for you to do at the start of every day. Mrs. Stewart's planned reading this week, and you are going to be reading a gorgeous story called The Selfish Giant by a very famous author called Oscar Wilde. And on Monday's lesson, you're just going to look at a YouTube video and watch and enjoy the story. And then for the rest of the week, you're going to be introduced to a new comprehension dog called Suki Sequencing, and she's going to help you put the story in order. And you've also got some Victor vocabulary work to do around that story. Okay, Mrs. Bell has planned the writing, and in handwriting you've got horizontal joins to practice this week, and your spelling is the N-E-S-S, the ness suffix. Now remember, a suffix goes at the end of a word. How have you been getting on with these spelling tests? Have you been getting them all correct? Have you been learning them? I hope so. Your main learning in writing is finishing off the story of The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Do you remember we've been changing bits of the story, we've been innovating it? Well, this week you're going to complete it. And you're also, when you get to the end of your story, you're going to go back and edit it and make sure that all sentences are high five sentences. Can you remember what each finger is? I hope so. I've planned the maths, and we're not doing 4 a day this week. You've got some fast maths, so you've got 8 calculations each day. Now the first 2 calculations, okay, the first calculation is really simple. It's just two one-digit numbers, and you've got to use that calculation to help you solve the second one. I want you to do it mentally if you can. So you've got to look at the second calculation and spot what is similar to help you calculate. Your main learning in maths is all about time, okay? So we're learning to tell the time to 5-minute intervals on an analog clock. Now I've included the digital times as well, and it's really tricky, but the most important thing is that you can tell the time on a clock face to 5-minute intervals, okay? Miss Hammond has planned a mini project for you to do, and it's all about you being special and unique. So you've got 2 lessons. You've got a science lesson where you're going to be thinking about different parts of the body and things inside our body and how they help us, what they do. And the second lesson is an RE lesson, and you're going to be looking at the words unique and special and investigating ways that you are special and telling us all about them. Mrs. Caw's planned Race to English, and in Race to English this week you're going to be talking about the weather. Miss Mahmood has planned some work for her reading group, and you're going to be reading a story called In the Sun. Mrs. Minhas has planned some maths work for her maths group, and she is going to be helping you to learn to tell the time to the quarter hour. So a message to everybody: if the maths in the main learning is a bit too tricky, if you're finding learning to the time to 5-minute intervals too tricky, then try Mrs. Minhas's work. That might be a bit better for you, but make sure you aim high. Okay, so have another great week. As always, we miss you so much. Mr. Pickering's made an amazing video of home learning that I've put onto the home learning page. Check that out. Make sure you're checking out Mrs. Campbell's page, Miss Wall's page, Mr. Bradley's page, and just be really kind to everybody in your house. We miss you. Take care. and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.